Hey guys, what's up? It's Audra and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So happy new year everybody. I figured there was no better video to do to kick off the year than a 2023 recap. So I'm going to take you through my entire year, all my favorite moments, and what I did in the year of 2023. So let's do it. Alright, so starting off in January, we went on the Concrete Castles tour with The Sound of Animals Fighting. This tour was so much fun. It was probably one of the biggest tours we've ever been on. We got to play in some amazing venues, some very big name venues that we'd never gotten to do before, with very talented musicians, very helpful musicians, and we just learned so much from this tour. Now, it was in the middle of January, so it was freezing cold. We got sick, but other than that, it was really, really great, and one of the best experiences I've had with another band on a tour before. They just were such great people and we learned so much from them. Such experienced musicians who have so much knowledge to impart on us, and I think we really tried to take advantage of that to the best of our ability. In February, I got to travel to Orlando, Kissimmee, and I did the little mini series show called Experience Kissimmee. One of my friends, Nick Floyd, he works for the team there, and they were doing celebrity guests who would come and host kind of an episode of the show and get to go to a few places around Kissimmee and show it off and how it tied into their story. You guys know I love Disney. Nick knows I love Disney. It's a big part of how I started singing and how I came up, and so it was really cool thing for me to get to go do, and I had so much fun doing it. I got to spend a few days there in a beautiful hotel called the with some amazing people, and I just had the best time. It was a nice little break after I got back from tour, and I really, really enjoyed myself. Speaking of tour, in March we did the We Just Chillin' tour for First to 11, which is the most successful First to 11 tour / shows that we've done to date, and we had such a great time. We had so much fun meeting all of the First to 11 fans that we didn't get to meet on Concrete Castles tours, and it's very fun playing a cover set. It's a little less pressure when it's not your own stuff, and you know people are gonna know the songs, obviously they're covers, and you're a headliner, so everything goes your way and it goes how you want to run it. So it's very cool, and we had a blast on the We Just Chillin' tour. In April, I went on a family vacation for Easter, which was very fun. I had been traveling a lot, pretty much all of January, February, and March, and I hadn't got to spend very much time with my family. So I got to go on vacation with them. We went to the Margaritaville in Orlando, which was such a blast. Rip Jimmy. And also, that is when I started my Taylor Swift month on my Instagram, where I started doing Taylor Tuesdays, and I would put out a cover of Taylor Swift every single week, which I thought was like pretty cool. It was really hard to keep up with after that because there was no theme, and I was just kind of like scatterbrained of what I was supposed to do, but I thought it was really fun, and it worked out really well for the time because in May, I got to go see the Taylor Swift concert. So me, Brooke, Rachel, and my friend Ricky all went to Philadelphia to see Taylor Swift, and it was probably the coolest experience of my whole entire life. It was just such a cool thing to be a part of this tour that ended up being, the biggest tour in basically the history of tours right now, and it's really cool to say that you got to go experience it and you got to go see it, and luckily I'm going to see it again actually next year. This year now, actually, with Ricky again, and then my best friend Allie and Michaela, because Allie has not gotten to go yet, and I was the only person who could get tickets, so we got tickets, and we're going to go see her in 2024 as well. But we had so much fun at Taylor Swift. We made a whole weekend out of it, and I just had the best time. In June, I got to go see Paramore in concert for the very first time. As you guys know, one of my favorite bands, a huge inspiration to me, and I've never seen them live before, so I was very excited. I got to go with one of my best friends, Jordan, and she is not really into like rock music, concerts, whatever, but we just had so much fun. I actually ended up getting sick there. Like I got I don't know if it was like the flu or a cold or something, but literally like halfway through the concert, I started like shivering and shaking, but it was still so much fun. I had a blast anyways. And then I also went to Texas to visit my best friend, Allie. So we had so much fun there, got to go out in Fort Worth and, experience that whole place in a new way. Because I'd been through Dallas and Fort Worth on tour a few times, but never to actually like go on vacation and enjoy myself. And it was a blast. I definitely would love to go back there. In July, I had a huge 4th of July weekend. It was one of my best friends' Matt's 21st birthday, and it was my brother's graduation party, and we played a huge 1st to 11 show at Oliver's Beer Garden on July 3rd. So it was a crazy weekend, and then it was 4th of July, and it was so much fun. It was probably my favorite 1st to 11 show to date. It's fantastic. All my family, all my friends came, and it was great. Also, surprise but not surprise, July is when me and my boyfriend Zach started dating. So exciting. Oh my God. But you guys didn't find out about it until August, which brings me to the Disney trip. In August, me and Zach went to Disney, and it was so much fun. I'll tell you the story. We were sitting in my kitchen, and we were trying to figure out a place to go. We talked about going to Canada, to like Niagara Falls or Toronto. We talked about going to like Hershey Park or like Great Wolf Lodge or Kalahari, like an indoor water park or something, because it was the last weekend before he started his last semester of school, and like soccer, and it was all super expensive. And my mom was like, well, did you guys check the flights to Florida? And we were like, no, why would we check the flights to Florida? This is like more, like so expensive. Lo and behold, there were very cheap flights to Florida and a very cheap hotel, and so we had the time of our lives in Disney. We had so much fun. We did everything there in like a day and a half. We went to 2 parks in a day and a half and then flew right back home, and he started soccer practice like the next day. It was crazy, but it was so fun. I'm so glad we did it. In September, I got to go see one of my favorite bands of all time, probably my current favorite band, and that is Nothing But Thieves. I was so excited. I went with Allie and Ricky, and I went to a lot of concerts this year, apparently. I guess I didn't realize. And it was probably the single greatest live vocal performance I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so crazy. I had so much fun watching it. He's just such an amazing vocalist, and kind of really inspires me to go see people like Paramore and Nothing But Thieves and, you know, the bigger scale Taylor Swift do these things, and I'm just like, man, someday I want to be as good as Connor from Nothing But Thieves. He just has the best voice. I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with him. That brings us into October, when we went on tour with Icon for Hire and The Funeral Portrait, and we had such a great tour. We made such good friends with all the guys in The Funeral Portrait, and we just had such a blast being on the road with them. We hung out almost every single day and still keep in touch with them. Love you guys. And we just had a great tour. It was a really great experience. We got to meet a ton of fans, and a lot of you guys came out to the shows, and we had a big support in a lot of cities. So we really, really thought that was cool and appreciated that. So that was October. And then in November, when I came back from tour, I moved into my apartment, which you guys have seen in a few videos. But that was a little stressful adjustment when I got back from tour. I had my parents and my boyfriend moved all my stuff in for me while I was gone, so thank you to them if they're watching, and kind of helped me set everything up and get everything ready when I came back home. When I was coming home, I actually went right from, my parents surprised me at our very last show in Memphis in October on Halloween, and then the next day we got up at 5 a.m. and drove all the way home so that I could make it to Zach's last soccer game, his last home game of forever, because now he's done. And I went straight from driving 8 hours, stopped at my apartment, saw it for the very first time, and drove right to his school and watched the game. And it was snowing, it was freezing cold, it was crazy, but it was so much fun, and I was so excited to see all my friends and everybody there. So it was a great time. And then finally, in December, I just got to have a good holiday season. I was off for a few weeks. I was in Pittsburgh with Zach's whole family, celebrating with them, and then home and celebrating with my family, and he came home and celebrated with my family, and it was just a great month of just hanging out with everybody and taking some time and you know, doing a little bit of relaxing after this crazy year. So that is a recap of my 2023, and it's only gonna get better from here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, make sure you turn on that notification bell so you don't miss an upload every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye! See you next week.